the number one supplement. If you had to pick one, what could you possibly think it would be? If you had to pick one, there's so many to choose from. Proteins, creatines, caffeines, there's BCAAs, there's testosterone boosters, there's all kinds of things, you guys know, supplements. If you're watching these videos, you've probably been taking supplements, you've probably been trying everything, because there's a lot of supplements that you kind of feel, there's some that you don't, but I've narrowed it down. If I had to pay my hard-earned money for only one supplement, it's going to be a source of caffeine, the number one studied and proven almost basic stimulant, tried and true. This is something you want to bet on. This is something you want to bet on. If you had to pick one, caffeine. So you can take different amounts. You can get it from different sources. Some caffeine works, some doesn't. But a caffeine is the number one ingredient in most all pre-workouts. It's the thing that they build off of. It's like the foundation. You got to start with the foundation. So if my advice to you, if you're having to pick one, and I'll tell you why it's the best. This thing, caffeine. I take pills, I take pre-workouts, you can take coffee, green tea. There's a lot of different ways of taking in caffeine, and it's not only for workouts. I know a lot of people take it before work. I know a lot of people take it when they wake up. Coffee, we know, well known that coffee is just something you do in the morning. You get coffee, you go to work, you go to school. That's just pretty normal. But guess what? It's no different than just taking green tea or a caffeine pill, or there's so many different ways to do it. You choose one that matches your lifestyle. But the reason it's such a tried and true and perfect supplement that I would first recommend to people who want to build muscle and recommend to beginners who want to lose weight is because everybody knows the unfortunate answer is the best way to get to your fitness goals is to work hard on your exercise, be consistent, and diet. So those are the two things. Everybody knows that. Diet and exercise, diet and exercise. Those are so valuable. Those are so important. You know this. But when it comes to diet and exercise, what can we take to make those two pillars better? We're not trying to add other pillars. We're still focusing on diet and exercise. But if you take a caffeine supplement, the way that it works on your nervous system, you're going to have more output. It's like a charger. It's like a charger for your phone. Charger for your phone. And you're ramping up the power. You put in some more caffeine, make sure you're safe and test it out, start low. Most pre-workouts have 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine. There's these supplement pills I've been researching and studying. On our channel, you'll hear all about it. Each pill is 200 milligrams of caffeine. Now I take 2 of those. Some days I take pre-workout, and some days I save those little mini pills that we're offering for midday stuff like work or anytime you need a boost, anytime you need a push. That's what it's all about. But the way it acts on your nervous system, every muscular, everything on your skeletal system is connected to these wires we call our nervous system. Have you seen those pictures where it's a brain and a bunch of wires? That's all you really are. Everything else is controlled by those signals. This makes the signal stronger. That's what it's about. And careful, because you might hit PRs. You might hit new records. I've never hit, I would say never, but most of my PRs are hit when I'm on caffeine. And that's an important lesson to know, because if you're taking these caffeine pills that I offer, you're going to start hitting PRs. You're going to start hitting records. It's because you're causing what you already have going for you, your diet and your exercise. You're causing your exercise to be more valuable. You're lifting more weight, and it adds up. It definitely adds up. You're going to build muscle. And a beginner, a lot of people are dealing with things nowadays, like depression, having a hard time getting consistent. That's most people's problem, having a hard time getting consistent. So if you take a caffeine, it's like fake it till you make it. Some artificial boost until you get internally motivated and you're like, yes, let's go. You're so excited to go to the gym. But little did you know is that you were habitually addicting yourself to the results you got because you took these caffeine pills. So whether it's a pre-workout, coffee, caffeine is the number one thing I would suggest to a beginner. Making sure that they have healthy heart, your heart health is okay, there's no extreme issues there. There's a lot of different sources of caffeine, and I like these little pills that we have. I'll show you soon. They're still in pre-production. I'll show you soon, these caffeine pills. The reason I like those is because I'll take mine right before work, just a little mini pill, and it's not a big boost. It's 200 milligrams. You want to take 2, now that's a big boost, and that's up to your own safety and concern and discretion. but it's just a boost. You know what is best, diet and exercise. But if we had to make one or both of those things better, boost up the signal. The exercise you're about to do, you're about to beast up in the gym. This is beast up plus maybe 20%. Imagine 20% more results on top of what you can already accomplish. Imagine lifting 20% heavier. Imagine possibilities, because once you've gotten that 20% better, you're going to be lifting heavier, but heavier plus 20%. This is like a video game, just like a little speed boost. You know, you run over it on a track or something. You pick up that speed boost, and it levels up your speed in the moment. It wears off. That's one of the good things, is it wears off and you can go about your day. But in the moment, when you need a push, that's why we've got these daily push pills, okay? I'm a big fan of caffeine. The way that it's been studied and proven time after time again, basic caffeine, tried and true. Every pre-workout is built off of this platform. Every pre-workout is built off of caffeine anhydrous. It's a tried and true method, and it works every time. Know what works for you, try and test things, but we've got something special coming out for you, because the way that I've seen caffeine boost production in my own life, and I won't be caught without it. I always got it, whether I take it or not. I always got it with me, just in case, because you don't know if you're going through something, you're sad, you're having a bad day, the weather's weird. Sometimes the weather's weird and I'm not feeling it. Just a little caffeine. I hop on one of the bikes, maybe a treadmill, and in 10, 15 minutes, if it's on an empty stomach, you start feeling it. And you start getting in the zone, and now your workouts are night and day better, all because of a little caffeine. Sourced from green tea leaves, sourced from coffee beans. There's so many different sources, natural sources, and they can synthesize it in the lab. It's really not that big of a deal. It's caffeine, very basic, very tried and true, something I suggest for you. Keep pushing.